The Z Fold 7 is an amazing phone, but it can also feel intimidating to use at times. So today I'll be sharing some practical tips and tricks that I think actually matter and make the Z Fold 7 way more fun to use every day. One of my favorite new features on the Z Fold 7 is the new 90-10 split view. Basically, you can run two apps at once, but instead of splitting them evenly, you drag the slider so one app takes up to 90% of the screen and the other sits in a slim 10% view. The cool thing about this is you can just tap on that smaller window to instantly swap which app gets that bigger screen. So it's super clutch for things like writing notes while reading an article or comparing two documents side by side. And you can also do the same thing using the cover screen. One of the underrated tricks of the Z Fold 7 is the ability to customize the aspect ratio of each app. You can do this by going to Settings, Display, Aspect Ratio, and you can pick between full screen, 4:3 or 16:9. For example, I have Warzone Mobile open up in 16:9 so I can maximize my field of view in game, but for simple games, I just leave it in full screen so I can maximize the screen real estate of the Z Fold 7. Another practical feature of the Z Fold 7 is called Flex Mode Panel. You'll find it under Settings, scroll down to Advanced Features, and then tap on Flex Mode Panel. Once it's on, fold your phone halfway in apps like YouTube, and you'll see playback controls pop up on the bottom screen, and you can do things like pause, rewind, fast forward, all without touching the main display. This also kind of props up your phone in an ideal viewing angle, so even if you don't have a phone stand, you can still enjoy what you're watching. And that's not all. On the side, you also get handy tools like this screenshot button. You can also turn on the trackpad and use it kind of like a laptop. And there's even a scroll bar that you can use to scroll through websites. Flex mode basically turns the bottom half of your fold into a little control center. If you really want to customize your Z Fold 7, download GoodLock and get the add-on One Hand Operation Plus. This lets you assign gestures to the left and right edge of the screen. For example, on my left handle, I've set swipe right as my back button, diagonal up for one-handed mode, diagonal down for finder search, and on my right edge, swipe left is also a back button, diagonal up is AI select, and diagonal down is screenshot. You can even go further with this if you want to activate the long swipe gestures for extra actions, but personally, I like to keep it simple. This is one of those things that makes the Z Fold 7 feel truly personal. I can tailor it to exactly how I use it. Another setting I recommend you turn on is multi-window, particularly the setting for swipe for split screen and pop-up view. What this allows you to do is have a quick way to access the multitasking function of the Z Fold 7, which is something I do a lot, and chances are you'll be doing the same thing. So with that on, if you swipe on the screen using two fingers, you can now access split screen mode easily. And if you drag your fingers from the top corner, it will now turn your window into pop-up view. Like I said, I use this constantly and it really enhances the usability of the phone. It makes multitasking feel really natural. When taking photos on my Galaxy Z Fold 7, I almost always shoot with a preset turned on. It just gives my images that extra sauce so it doesn't look like it just came out of a smartphone. And if you want to do the same, go ahead and open your camera app and select the preset that you'd like to use. I suggest that you make your own adjustments, but after doing all of that, then go on the camera settings and scroll down until you see settings to keep. Tap on it and make sure that the filters are turned on. That way, every time you launch the camera app, your chosen filter is already applied. What's cool about this is you can go on the gallery app and copy edits from one photo and apply them to others. For example, if you have a set of photos taken at a similar location and you know that you have to adjust the lighting, you can simply edit one photo and paste them to multiple photos to save time. Or if you don't like how the filters affected your photo, you can take them out completely. The only catch is this only works when shooting at 12 megapixels and not at the higher resolutions. One thing I was really frustrated by when I switched to Samsung is the keyboard. Not only when it comes to typing, but especially when it comes to voice texting. For example, if I say something like, "What are you doing?" ? It types the word question mark as opposed to the punctuation. So I suggest you download Gboard as soon as you get your Z Fold 7. It's smoother for typing and voice to text works flawlessly. Now when I say the same thing, what are you doing? Question mark. It actually writes it out with the proper punctuation. It's a small change, but if you voice text a lot like I do, switching to Gboard will make it a lot less frustrating. And that's it. Those are my favorite practical tips and tricks for the Galaxy Z Fold 7. All of these little tweaks really take the phone from just being a cool foldable to something that's genuinely useful every day. I'm sure you guys have your own favorite tips for the Galaxy Z Fold 7, so share them in the comments below. And if you guys enjoyed watching this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you loved it, subscribe to the channel. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.